Hi everybody, Jennifer Hatfield here with another study skills and life management tip for you. I would say that the most frequent question that I get from both parents and students alike is, how do I become a better time manager? And that is such a loaded question because in my career I have found that only about half of the people who think they are truly poor time managers actually are poor time managers. Sometimes it can be another organizational skill that needs to be worked on, but it appears as if the person has difficulty managing their time. So keep that in the back of your mind because we'll be covering all of those things as I do these tips for you, weekly tips for you. But for today's purposes, we're going to stick with time management. Many of the problems with time management, especially for our teenagers and below, elementary school age, middle school age students, is that we only focus on teaching them to tell time. That's our biggest issue that we work with them on. And we don't spend as much time on elapsed time or experiencing the passing of time and attaching meaning or anchoring activities from their daily lives and the passing of time. So let me illustrate this for you. One way you can work on this with your elementary age students is to play a little game and say, hey, Johnny, how many push-ups or how many jumping jacks do you think you can do in 30 seconds? And you're going to be amazed with what they say. I mean, it really will give you a good chuckle because some kids will say like 100. And, all kidding aside, it really is that kind of mismatched, skewed view of time and how much time you have to do a certain activity that gets people into trouble. And you bet that it starts in those early formative years. So have some fun, play some games like that. How long will it take you to brush your teeth? How long do you think it'll take you to get dressed today? And I'm not saying that you can't do this with middle schoolers and high schoolers that are listening and college age students and adults even. I'm not saying you can't do that because that is actually what I recommend to my older students. I have them keep track of on a not a graph, but almost like a spreadsheet. I have them keep track of every single thing that they're doing. Eating time, watching TV, Facebook time. Yes, Facebook time. Recording the time that they begin and the time that they end that activity, and no fibbing. Because if you're going to improve and begin new habits, you must be honest with yourselves. So do that time tracking activity for at least a few days and take a good hard look at where your time is being spent, first of all, but then also you'll notice that you'll become more aware of how long your everyday activities take you, and then voila! You will become a better time manager. Now, of course, it is more detailed than that, but this is the very first step that we all must begin with when we're trying to better ourselves with regard to time management. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'd love to hear from you, Jennifer@therapylearningservices.com. And as always, please visit my website for more tools, tips, and tricks, www.therapyandlearningservices.com. Take care.